Hey guys, and welcome back to Pokemon Sun. Another day, another glorious Alolan sunrise. It's midday right now, Mum. I didn't want to say anything, but I think you've been on the sauce a bit too much.
Mom, I'm so hungry. Nothing's in the fridge. You didn't buy any groceries. What's wrong with you?
Domino's can't make it out here. We're an island, for God's sake.
They need to have like a fucking Sky Pizza that takes it exclusively to islands. That would be awesome, actually.
Well, aren't like Domino's, and this is really tangential, I do apologise, aren't they like doing drone deliveries now?
Well, I know that's to Amazon, but drone-delivered pizza actually sounds pretty great.
Until they get shot down and someone steals your pizza. What a fucking world we live in. Enough about that, I suppose. Yep, that's Professor Kukui, alright. Right down to the timber and the execution, and pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I've only known him for so long, but he sticks so prominently in my mind that I find it very hard to forget about him.
Oh, possible embarrassing moment incoming.
Meowth, no! Don't embarrass me in front of my girlfriend, I think.
Meowth, that's flight. You see, his arms are so long he's gonna take off and fly.
Oh my god, look how freakishly huge they are, actually. I never noticed that until now.
Oh, Mom!
This is my first time, chill out.
I mean, I suppose Lily's cute. Like, all the NPCs, she's up there, I suppose.
I don't know if we have to have an Alolan girlfriend. I guess we could go for her. I mean, the other ones haven't really appealed to me yet, I'll be honest.
Well, I'm gonna go back inside to not do any unboxing, drink some more, and then go to bed. You have a good time on your world adventure, honey. Don't forget your decrepit old mother on your journey.
Still love how they only mention, like, the first Pokemon in your party. I got, like, Litten first. You'd think that would be the one you're trusting to kind of keep me protected on this journey.
Oh no, the only one that's first is the one that's actually in your party, I'm afraid. To be honest, the Pokemon Professor's lab isn't really that far away. It's literally just you walk down here and you can... If the world was like scaled properly, you could see it from here. But since Pokemon has to have some limitations, you can't.
Look, I need help getting from place to place. I have to use a GPS to get to work. I'm sorry, so it's kinda good that Lily is actually showing me where to go.
Funny you mention the GPS. Wait until we get the Pokedex fully upgraded. Then you'll see what's what.
I do like how they bring up what non-trainers actually would need to do in order to go through tall grass. I just have this image of like Lily trudging through tall grass. She's got like a rappel in each hand. She's like spraying in a slow circle.
Try me, motherfucker. Try me.
Just come here, bitch. I got it. Just get away, all of you.
So yeah, Nebby wasn't his actual name, although it's close to what its classification is, the Nebula Pokemon. Cosmog is a psychic type, and a very adorable one to boot.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like the design, and hey, I gotta say, I have to admit, I really love the get back in the fucking bag meme. I'm sorry, it's just, it makes me laugh or smile, like, every time.
I'm weak. Some memes, they crawl their way into my heart, mind, and soul, and they stay there until I die.
I mean, I don't know a lot about Cosmog. I can infer a few things based on what I've seen, you know, what I feel are related to each other. Let me just try and not reveal what I'm thinking here, but at the same time, I'm kind of interested to see how it will all, you know, play out in the end.
Oh, I think you'll enjoy it, mate. I think you'll enjoy it. Now, when a little child comes up to you demanding battle and screaming kneecaps, that is a warning sign. Take that warning sign, heed it, and run in the opposite direction.
See, you would think he would use, like, a stick for that. No, he has a bug that will chomp your fucking legs off. So, hey, you know, that's always a good sign.
What do you think of Grubbin, mate?
Well, like I said before, Grubbin really kind of sold me on its final evolution down the line, Vikavolt, who I mentioned I'm working towards at the moment, and I have dubbed Fuck Konami since it's based on the Big Viper, but I'm glad to see that, you know, like one of the starting bugs actually gets a lot more press and coverage, because usually what happens in these games is that you'll get like the starting bug or starting bird, and then they just kind of become useless super fast. I'm glad you can catch a Pokemon early on that can last you for a good long while throughout the game. It's a good change of pace.
Now, I believe Peck was like one of the first Gen 7 Pokemon to be shown. It was like when they first like announced Sun and Moon, there was like a 3D model of it on screen and whatnot, which may have been for a HD version of the game, more of which later, I guess. But I believe Grubbin itself was shown off at the same E3, which I guess would have been E3 2016, that they first showed off Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Man, E3 2016 kind of snuck up on me. That and Evo, actually, just like out of nowhere. Oh wait, that's fucking this week? I'm sorry, I've been too busy with work and life.
Well, sorry kid, gonna have to take your kneecaps now, it's only fair.
Yeah, that's the island law. You know, if we're betting our kneecaps on the line, the loser has to lose their kneecaps, I'm sorry.
What do you think Pokeballs are made of? Ooh.
They're made of kneecaps? That wouldn't be a very good material for that kind of thing.
No, not really.
They're just weird cartilage and technology, ew.
We kind of need a water type, but we've already got a flying type on the team, so really I'm just going to run away at this point.
I actually caught a Wingull because, again, I needed a water type, but at that point I had a Peck and Echo Knight. So, you know, basically I had 3 fucking flyers on my team for quite a while. And eventually I also got, like, a Slowpoke, but Slowpoke wasn't cutting it, so he's kind of rotting away in the box, I have to admit. I think, like, right now Cabrawler is, like, my only thing with an actual fucking water attack, so...
Oh, Jesus.
I haven't really found any, like, good water Pokemon I like. Like, later on there's, like, a fish that becomes a lot of fish when, you know, brought together.
Oh, Wishy-Washy, right.
Yeah, Wishy-Washy doesn't really vibe with me, I have to say. I have not found one that was like, oh my god, I have to have this. And I admit, I tend to judge Pokemon a lot based on their appearance. It's not like their move pool or their stats. If it's like, oh wow, that's cool, I'm gonna use that. That's why I'm such a huge fan of Nidoking, even though he's admittedly not that great, but that's just me.
Oh, well, he did a solid job against the Fairy gym back in our X playthrough, but otherwise, yeah. Also, is this the same Wingull we just encountered that wouldn't let us get away? Is he holding a grudge? Has he teamed up with Man in order to exact his revenge?
That'd be funny. It's like, you know, you run away from him, and then he just goes over to this lass. It's like, you and I, we have the same enemy. We can work together.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I named my Wingull Paloma Blanca after that song, Una Paloma Blanca, which I really like. I named my Slowpoke Pen Pen after Pen Pen Trisalon, which is a launch Dreamcast game about slow-ass, plotting, racing penguins. So I felt that was appropriate.
Well, I suppose Piplup would be more appropriate since it is a penguin, but good luck finding one in this region.
Yeah, I suppose they would just melt at that point. Now, actually, I did have Peck for a long while, but I did not name it after a video game, because I didn't think I was going to keep it in the party. But when I was convinced, thanks to a few people on Twitter, I am that easy to convince, that Toucannon would be worth it down the line, I actually found a guy that changed his nicknames, and I named mine Tropico.
Ooh.
After, yeah, you know, you covered that with Volk, didn't you?
Not Tropico, I don't think. You may be thinking of a similar sort of game.
Okay, yeah, because it's basically like a strategy game where you build like an island empire, things like that. So I felt that was appropriate for my guy.
Well, I'll pass that along to Volk all the same. You never know what we're going to be covering in 2017 in regards to Enter Volk's Spotted PC.
Yes, he just made a My Body is Ready reference. Thank you, Treehouse, for translating that.
Alright, let's just get down to it. How do you feel about memes in Nintendo's current, like, translation sort of thing?
The thing is about memes is that I understand how they can organically develop and spread, and originally it can be pretty, you know, like, funny. You know, it's like a joke that everybody's kind of in on, and it feels good to say it. But after a while, if you rely on those exclusively, you're basically relying on material somebody else made and has become so familiar to a point where it's lost all of its impact. You'll notice this in a lot of Gearbox games, where they will quote memes that don't really have any rhyme or reason. They're quoted just to say a thing. They're not original organic comedy, they're not from characters, things like that. It's just a thing they heard on the internet, and too much of that writing is bad. I don't mind a reference every once in a while, that's just how it works, that's fine. I like the little reference here. As long as they don't do it all the fucking time, it's okay.
Yeah, let's go save him from himself. You see, Professor Kukuri, his speciality is Pokemon moves. You know, Professor Oak had the Pokedex. I believe it was Professor Elm, studied Pokemon eggs. No, Kukui, he's a kind of hands-on professor. He likes to take a hyper beam to the fucking face and then, write down its effects.
Admittedly, that's pretty rock solid of the guy to kind of just willingly do that. It has the side effect of making his house look like a patchwork shanty shack for something like that. But the inside, strangely enough, is a lot more pristine. I don't get it. He should really have a dedicated room to this kind of thing, just so you can sit there. Come on, give me your best shot, motherfucker. That kind of deal.
Don't think I didn't see the love disc in the aquarium back there, by the way. Where's its fucking fake evolution, Alola Mola? I know it's around here somewhere. It's coming, and you can't stop it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. Now, they actually revealed what we're going to get in a minute here pretty early on, and I think it's an interesting kind of idea. Basically, there is a Rotom inside of the Pokedex, and if you remember correctly, because I don't, so I'm just going to shoot the shit here.
Oh my god, Rotom backwards is motor! I only just fucking realised that!
Oh my god, I just realized it too. Oh, I'm an idiot. But the thing is, Rotom is I think it's Ghost type, if I recall correctly.
It's Ghost and Electric, I believe. Let me just check that. It could be Electric Ghost. You know how these orders work.
It has the ability to possess electronics, and in a very interesting twist, there's a Rotom that will actually possess your Pokédex, and it could talk to you through it, and it gets arms. Can't explain that, but at the same time, I kind of like it, because it's a sassy little motherfucker.
It is sassy, yeah.
So he's kind of a cool little companion, although my problem is, oftentimes when you get him, he will chime in on what you have to do next, but you can't get rid of it or access his other functions until he's done talking, which is a little annoying.
My problem in that regard is sometimes I'll have moved through, a door or, just gone into another area and it will cut him off, and so he'll have to repeat what he was just saying.
Yeah, it's a very small nitpick, but it can grate after a while.
So yeah, Rotom, an electric ghost Pokemon. He has a bunch of other forms in the other games, like Heat Rotom, which is electric, and Fire. I want a Fire Electric starter in Gen 8 or whatever. I think that's pretty boss. Wash Rotom, Electric Water. Frost Rotom, Electric Ice. Fan Rotom, Electric Flying, and Mow Rotom, Electric Grass.
Yeah, and this Pokédex actually allows him to talk to you, which is interesting.
Aww. I don't know if I should be worried or not. My encyclopedia is looking at me. It's blinking, never stopping, never faltering, never ceasing.
I like to poke him in the eyes just to fuck with him. It's funny.
Wow. You deserve to be haunted then.
Probably, yeah. And the thing is, because of the fact that the Rotom is Ghost, and it's in your Pokédex, that it's pretty much inferred that he's the reason behind a lot of the fucked up Pokemon entries you'll get when you catch particular ones.
Now you see, that's funny, because from what I've heard, Sun has the more morbid Pokédex entries compared to Moon.
Oh, that's strange. You'd think it would kind of spread that evenly all around, but then I do remember actually that depending on the version you have, you will actually get different Pokédex entries, and that's always been true throughout the games.
I was so tempted to open the playthrough with Alola, then I thought better of it.
Yeah, I still would have hated you anyway. Oh wow, it's a room, never seen that before, huh, how?
Is that a fucking teddy bear over there?
Yeah, that is the pre-evolution of Beware, I believe.
Ugh. We'll get into that later. That thing's a tank and a half.
Lily is actually staying with the professor, for this particular bit of time, and she doesn't want anybody to go up to her loft. You can, however, climb up there and sleep in her bed.
Yes.
Just saying.
Just a short nap, a wee nap if you will. Close the eyes and then you're up again.
Smells like strawberries.
Don't make it weirder than it already is, Eldragon.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. Fair enough.
So is How getting one, or...?
Oh, sorry, we only have one Rotom. They're not exclusive to Alola, so tough shit, Hal.
Well, to be fair, Tom's in the name,
That's true. It's like it was made for you, in a way.
Oh, here we go. Getting down to the fine details now.
So, see, we're a little too poor to have gyms, so the island challenge is a little different.
Woo indeed.
I wish he kind of did it a little bit longer, you know, kind of like Ric Flair. Woo!
The longest woo in existence. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, you fight the trial captains, well, some of the time. You don't technically fight them all the first time around, but I believe it is possible to fight all of them normally.
Oh, really? I haven't gotten that far yet, obviously, but it kind of would make sense.
The post-game, or even like the main game, because I'll be honest, I kind of gunned it through the story for the most part. It has a lot of opportunities to sidetrack.
It is appropriate that you're bringing up Piggy Peck, you know, like they keep bringing it up since Piggy Peck is first in the party. This truly makes it a Tom and THD bizarre adventure.
Indeed. I'm not really sure about this, Professor. I mean, you're not wearing a shirt. I'm really close.
And I was like, well, but thou must, so tough shit.
Another day, another gaijin confused.
It would be kind of neat if this kid were to come here expecting like the traditional gym challenge, but then he gets something different that he didn't really want. I don't know, I think that'd be an interesting change of pace.
I suppose that happens on a meta level, because, you know, no gyms, but you have to do sort of... Some of them are like mini-games, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of odd. Like, I mean, I like the idea of the trials, like, make no mistake. Like, it's a great change of pace from the usual gym formula. But at the same time, some of these minigames don't really seem like they would prove my ability in Pokemon. Like, one of them is fucking cooking, for God's sakes. I'm like, alright.
Well, if you know cooking metaphors and such, you know, creation of new ideas, melting pot and all that jazz, it goes a long way to proving your worth as a person.
I just wish you said, like, what? Like, how is fucking coming too? I should just shit on Hal more and more as I go throughout the game. I mean, he's not a bad guy.
Oh, come on, Hal's nice. Leave him alone.
I just love being a snarky motherfucker when I can. You don't know him. Like, you... Again, I play a lot of solo games, and I tend to riff on them as I'm playing them, like, out loud to myself. Admittedly a little weird, but at the same time, that's kind of how I find... I'm talking shit to the characters all the time. That's how I just play games. Oh no, they're gonna beat up Rockruff in the background.
Oh jeez, that's not fair. 2 pink Pokemon on 1 brown one.
Hey, now that I think about it, if Lily was in, like, the tall grass, she didn't want to fight Pokemon, couldn't she just, like, swing your bag around as, like, a weapon? How heavy is Cosmog? Well, okay, it's based on Smog, so I imagine he would not be too heavy, but then again, we've had Pokemon that weigh, like, thousands of pounds for no fucking reason, so there you go.
I don't know if it's actually based on Smog there, mate. I think you may be taking his name a bit too literally.
Oh, hey, Poliwhirl, neat.
Let's see. He weighs 0.2 pounds.
Okay, fair enough. I guess it wouldn't be a very good kind of flail weapon.
Well, it'd be basically like throwing, you know, a ball of cotton wool at the enemy. Not very effective.
I still think that moves in the Pokemon universe are kind of a way to standardize Pokemon battling. Because, like, you know, as we've seen before in, like, the anime and other material, they can be at a point where Pokemon will just use their natural weapons however they want. And it's not like a structured fight. It's just like a straight-up fucking deathmatch. I do believe that Pokemon battling being such a huge thing, over time these moves were developed in order to have safer Pokemon battles that aren't at like full power, but give like Pokemon direction on what to do in particular situations. At least that's how I view them.
But that's just a theory. A game theory.
Fuck off.
You're in the what's the word I should look for here? Fan base of collecting and reading other people's diaries?
Wait, that's not a fan base. That's just straight up invading somebody's privacy. I'm sorry. I'm against that.
I'm sorry. I couldn't find the right word. Okay, I panicked.
Less of a research lab and more of a research shack if you look at the outside.
A funky little shack. A funky little shack. Okay, let's go try and find us a Pichu, or at least figure out where it's located.
It will actually point out particular patches of grass that you can find these different Pokemon. I actually asked about this on Twitter myself, because I didn't know you could do that at the time. The Pokedex also will evaluate your Pokedex for you. I don't fucking plan to fill it out at all. I've never liked doing that. That's not my personal goal whenever I play Pokemon, so I can just imagine them being disappointed at me for something I didn't bother to do anyway, so I don't know.
Why wouldn't you want to catch them all? What is it about that does not appeal to you?
There are 720 of the motherfuckers. No, thank you.
Oh, it's basically the same principle for not wanting to collect every disease in the world, I suppose.
Yeah, let's just catch them all. Oh, what, you didn't want to get AIDS and the evolved version of AIDS?
Oh, Mega Syphilis! Its special attack is off the charts!
Mega Syphilis does kind of sound like a Pokemon now that I think about it.
Jesus. Just gonna stop home. You know, just get a free refill on health and whatnot. Don't want to be contributing to the Pokemon centers.
One little touch I like about this is that if you go in your room and you sleep, you know, you can do a full heal as normal, but you've seen a first-person view, Meowth will actually come in and leave an item for you, which I thought was fucking sweet, I'm sorry.
Aww. Our kitty is faithful, and he is pure.
Yeah, this Meowth's pretty awesome, I gotta say. Like, Meowth is not my favorite species of Pokemon, but hey, you know, someone with a personality like that is definitely somebody I want in my corner.
Or maybe in our party. We'll see.
Well, I don't know. They do have an Alolan version of Meowth. I really don't know how to feel about that one.
Oh, the Meowth's fine. The Persian. Somebody read too many Garfield comics.
It's the Persian, yeah. I really do not like Alolan Persian. Alolan Meowth's okay, yeah.
How do you feel about the Alolan Pokemon centers?
Man, let me tell you, I was playing Pokemon on my birthday, and I did not know this. Well, I mean, I knew this was a thing, but I had completely forgot that recently, when you go into, like, a Pokemon Center on your birthday in the more recent games, they will actually, like, spread, like, confetti and balloons everywhere, and the backdrop, this little hologram display here, is actually changed to, like, a birthday symbol. I'm like, aw, you guys!
Aw, that's adorable. I think in X and Y, it, like, pauses for a brief moment before, like, celebrating your birthday, which is a little bit creepy, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, you walk in, it's like a darkened room, and then they hit the lights and all the stuff comes down from the ceiling and things like that, which I thought was special. And I do like how in the more modern games, it just combines, like, the mart in there. There's also, like, a fucking Starbucks thing in here. Like, you can get, like, different brews. They will actually give you free Poke Beans, so you don't have to worry about that. They'll give you, like, tea biscuits or shit like that sometimes. So I really do like the Pokemon Center in this game.
I do like tea, and I do like biscuits. Oh, and tips for trial goers. We're a trial goer.
That means we may have exclusive tips not found anywhere else. Man, you know what? Once again, I am pining for a big fucking ass strategy guide that lays out everything in the game, just like the old days. Oh, man.
Do you have odd fetishes? But I will not kink shame you because I share them.
Can you not say kink shame ever again, by the way? Just gonna throw that out there.
Oh, you're such a new fact, mate. Oh, well, whatever. Let's buy some repels. Maybe I can use them on myself, because obviously I need to at this point.
As you go and you progress through trials and defeat, like, kahunas, you'll actually unlock the ability to get more items as the game progresses. And eventually you'll get access to stuff like the medicine, TMs. Man, the first TM shop has, like, TMs that are worth, like, $50,000. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, is this? I walked into the rich store, apparently. I'm a pleb. I am pleb tier. I can't afford this shit.
And it was shit like Sunny Day and Sandstorm. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to build that particular team. Why is it so expensive? Then I go to a later town, and they're nowhere near that expensive. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, that's how capitalism works, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, that's some price gouging right there. They just kind of drive the profit margin high as you can, but they don't think about the little people.
I gotta say, it wasn't actually 12 o'clock when I was recording this. I guess they used the nearest equivalent and whatnot.
Yeah, they're not going to give you the exact time. They're going to round up, definitely. Oh, lemonade. Always, you know, a good thing to buy when you go to a coffee store.
Well, Lily recommended this, so I'll trust her judgment for now, I suppose.
Man, let me tell you, a little bit early, I guess, but I fought a Miltank random trainer, like a random trainer who had a Miltank, and that thing, I swear, was Whitney 2.0.
Yep.
Because this fucker would not die. He kept using rollout, he kept Mildrinking, all the thing. Finally, I brought out my fucking charge bug and just nuked the shit out of him with, like, his charge beam. And I'm like, you are my boy.
Huh?
It's just, I don't think we should comment on that. Just gonna rewind.
That makes me more uncomfortable than Miltank's actual 3D model.
Yeah, the Miltank's 3D model is pretty disturbing.
Yeah, I'm gonna carefully consider how I spend my time as well, away from here.
Well, to be fair, he is in a coffee shop all day. He only has like a little counter. I imagine he's gotta do anything to keep himself not bored.
Oh, Shallow City.
I don't remember that one very well.
I'm gonna go to Google, because while I recognize the name, I do not remember the city itself.
Still have that Shallur Sable in my bag, and I still have not found a use for it yet.
Same. Oh, Shallow City. It's the one where you first, like, Mega Evolve and whatnot. It's the one with the tower.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I actually really like that city.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I wonder what kind of magazines they have over here in Aloha.
Just the usual, I suppose. Pokemon magazines, they're everywhere, get used to it.
Well, nowadays it's a digital app. You know, they moved Professor Oak's column to the website. I don't know
God.
anymore.
Getting a bit too real there, mate. Okay, it's time to find us a Pichu, and through the power of editing, because yes, this fucker would just not appear on the first, second, third, nor fourth tries, we shall see what happens.
And supposedly, yeah, I mean, they were telling me that it actually has a low encounter rate within this particular patches of grass, and I was like so hype on Twitter when I got it. Yo, I found a Pichu, and then I got it first try. I was like, ah!
Oh, yeah, you make some weird utterances, but they're all hype in one shade or another, I suppose.
Okay, this one is a female, because mine is a female. I have the misfortune of catching a female Brawler and calling it Dudley from Street Fighter 3 before I found out that it was in fact a girl. I'm not changing the name, it's still Dudley, because I don't give a shit.
Why not?
It's because of the big blue gloves, you know, let's fight like gentlemen, that kind of thing.
I don't know if this was a thing in X and Y, but I love being able to, like, quick select Pokeballs and whatnot by pressing Y.
And actually, on the battle screen, if you press the little plus sign that's next to each Pokemon, it will actually tell you what debuffs and buffs are on it right now, which is hugely beneficial, actually. I didn't even know I wanted that feature until I found it out.
It's just one, like, the many convenience factors Sun and Moon brings to the series, or at least, like, revives and whatnot. And, it's slightly convenient, I suppose, but you'll notice that there's, like, 3 slots here for the Pichu family, the other 2 being, obviously, Pikachu and Raichu. It's just nice to have them all on the same page.
Also, when you're also at the battle screen, after you fight a Pokemon type, when you fight that type again in the future, it will actually tell you which attacks are not effective or normal effective or super effective against it, which is good, because I can't fucking remember half this stuff, I'm sorry.
Well, I suppose that's a staple in Pokemon, you gotta learn the rocks is the paper sort of thing. But, you know, not everyone is an Entom and not everyone can remember type matchups, so that in that regard it's pretty useful for newcomers, and it's just useful in general, honestly.
Okay, Sparkster has nothing to do with electricity, but it's close enough, so I will accept this.
Well, it was either that or Sparky, I'm gonna be honest.
I was expecting you to go for Sparky first, actually, so I'm kind of glad you blew that expectation out of the water. Tom, I'm not feeling good, man. No, get up front and fight.
Oh, don't you worry. Sparkster will become legit in time. But at least now I don't have to waste a potion, and I can show you how the Pokemon Center animation looks, because we gotta follow the little flag on the map. That's basically how you can tell where you need to go. It feels a little bit railroady at times, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel that's more a problem that lies on me, rather than the game, because I see a destination marker, and I'm like, shit, better go there right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes I'll get so fixated on where I have to go next that it will reduce my tendency to explore, but I don't know, that's just me.
That's fucking dope, mate.
That is a dope animation? I guess, it's alright.
Well, I guess I'm easily impressed then.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm easily impressed too. Like, I'm hyped just, you know, catching like a fucking bug that turns into a Vic Viper down the line.
I suppose so.
Now, tackle Lily. Sorry, I was running a little fast.
No, that's how Kakui does things. Don't follow every one of his examples.
Now, real brief over here, we will see a Tauros that will probably not let us pass, but I wanted to briefly mention the trainer school that we have actually visited. In the anime, which I thought was really interesting, Ash is actually attending this trainer school, which I thought was a really interesting change of pace from the usual, okay, well, I haven't watched it, I don't know if he's going to be like, he's probably going to be doing the Island Challenge, obviously, but at the same time, he kind of meets a lot of his crew there, and, you know, he's actually at a fucking school, for a change, which we have never seen in Pokemon before, so hey, I like it.
How did you get in front of us?
Yeah, it's strange that we've never seen Kukui and Cosmog in the same room.
Oh, Kukui, get in the bag. You see, the more nude you are, the more stealthy you become, brother.
As you know, you can increase your speed through the air. You cut down on wind resistance the less clothes that you have.
Please stop putting your hand up. I know the models are greatly improved, but the hands, man, the hands still have a way to go.
Well, you just have to talk to the hand, and then you won't have that problem.
It's like a fucking plank of wood, mate, I can't.
If you don't beat these 4 trainers, I will smack you with my plank hand.
Here, take a gift. Don't tell your mother I threatened to beat you.
There we go, we finally got the EXP share.
Well, you say finally, but we're only 4 parts in.
Well, that's true, yeah. That's right! Even the Pokemon who are slacking and aren't gonna do their job can get experience too! It's great!
Look, alright, it's a convenience factor. If you're gonna bitch about it, turn it off.
I'm not- that was a joke. I'm not actually bitching about it this time.
Sorry, I am a total, like, what's the wrestling term for someone who, like, religiously follows a wrestler and thinks they can do no wrong?
A mark?
Possibly. I was thinking of a stand, but I think that's something else. So yeah, we're gonna go back to school, because, apparently I need to learn not to lick wild or trained Pichus, you know?
And I keep having recurring dreams where I'm late for the bus to school. I'm pretty sure that says something psychologically about me.
That means you need to actually get up on time, you lazy asshole.
I give it 5:30, go to hell!
Well, that's me told, I suppose. Okay guys, please join us next time, where we take on the Pokemon Trainers School and educate ourselves. See you then!